Hey guys, how's it going? It's a beautiful day out here. Let me grab TikTok and we are going to have a little bit of a party. Friday afternoon party. 2, 1. Good afternoon, TikTok. It is a beautiful day here in the sunny South. It is our Friday community stream, and today we are going to talk about preparing our children for the year ahead. And a good buddy of mine is a gunnery sergeant, 20 years, gunnery sergeant in the military, and he had a good talk with me one time about checkpoints, right? And recognizing or evaluating what you're doing and then making improvements. And to me, the new year is a great time, to evaluate where we are in our homeschools and to set a course for, yes, the next year, but really the next 6 months. And the first assignment I gave our homeschool community for the new year was to have children sit down and do a vision board. I don't like to call it a vision board because, people get into, oh, what are you into, this or that? No, it's just a board with your goals on it, okay? I like to have children sit down and make a board going into the new year of what their New Year's objectives are, right? What their New Year's resolutions are and what goals they like to achieve over the course of the next year. And that includes a variety of different areas, but the area I'm going to focus on today is specifically educational. Thanks to you, we are homeschooling my son, who's 5 years old. I love to hear that. It makes what I do very rewarding. So we can use a 5-year-old as an example, but one of the things I coach homeschool parents on, and I can't stress this enough, is that you want to give your children a childhood that leaves them with skills and gets them a lot of real-world entrepreneurial experience. And the new year is a great time to assess where you're at with skills and to figure out how you're going to get your child entrepreneurial experience over the next 6 months. And understand when I say that, right? It doesn't have to be crazy. They don't have to be Steve Jobs. We're talking about, for a 5-year-old, a lemonade stand, right? So we're not, if they're older, you could do something slightly more complex. But you want to set a goal and you really want to develop the mindset with your child. And for the New Year's resolution, and really you could do this every 6 months, the midway point of the year, like to sit down and really have a talk with your child. What would you like to learn about over the next 6 months? What would you like to learn how to do? What skills would you like to develop? And that could be anything from, I want to learn to be a carpenter, to I really want to learn how to make awesome slime balls, right? Which would be something my 4-year-old is really into. And in the next 6 months, we're probably going to make a good amount of them and then sell them along with lemonade because he's 4 years old, and that's just appropriate. So you sit down with your children and you ask them what skills they want to develop over the next 6 months, and you make that list, and then you have a vision, right? Over the next 6 months, we're going to develop this skill. And I don't care what it is. Maybe your child wants to learn how to take beautiful photographs of flowers. Maybe your child wants to learn how to build birdhouses. Maybe they want to learn how to make beautiful paintings of nature, right? And you spend the next 6 months working on that skill, whether that's once a week or twice a week, with the objective that at the end of those 6 months, you're going to do something entrepreneurial. And by doing that, you're giving your children a vision that they believe in, something that they could work toward, and you're developing a mindset in that we learn skills, we use those skills to get entrepreneurial experience, and then of course the word experience, right? We're giving them experience in the real world, interacting with the real world, and this is what an education worthy of freedom looks like. can your curriculum be used with Gather Round? Yeah, I love Gather Round. They have a lot of really great unit studies. And in a lot of ways, in some ways yes, some ways no, our curriculum is very much structured like them. So yeah, you could definitely use them in coordination with one another. For those of you that don't know, Gather Round uses a kind of unit study type of homeschooling. So they'll have a topic, they'll choose a topic, and really you can study that topic with children of different ages. So you might have a first grader, a third grader, and a seventh grader, and they could all sit around and do Gather Round together, which is a really cool concept that is kind of like our nature unit study, where, I mean, we literally have students who are in kindergarten do and love our nature unit study, and then we have seniors in high school who do and love our nature unit study. And for someone that's a little bit older, they just take on more challenges, and they'll get, I don't want to say they'll get more out of it, but they'll get deeper into the study than the younger children. Now, what we do differently than Gather Round is we really branch out. So we have a lot of hands-on. I believe in hands-on learning. I think it's very important. We have a lot of hands-on science experiments, a lot of hands-on STEM projects, a lot of history courses that I teach myself, and we really focus on getting back to primary documents and trying to strengthen the discernment within our children so that they can, rather than say, hey, this is what the world is, they can really learn the how of thinking and, determine what is true for themselves. And I think that's such an important thing. But, with that being said, I really do like at the beginning of the year, and I really suggest all homeschool parents do this, I say a vision board. You could do a list, it doesn't matter, but just sit down and figure out what your children want to learn about over the next 6 months, and tell them specifically. I mean, yes, they could also choose subject matter, but tell them specifically that you want them to focus on, say, 3 skills. They don't have to master all 3, but 3 skills. What do you want to learn where you'll be able to physically do things in the world? And that could be a variety of different things, right? Like we said, that could be photography, that could be carpentry, that could be painting, that could be computer coding, that could be, over the next 6 months, I want to become a great writer. That's fine. That's a real skill for the real world. And then what I would say is, so our objective will be, after 6 months, for you to either be a published writer, and believe me, that's not as scary as it sounds. You can do that on Amazon KDP without laying out money. So I'd say, great, we're going to work on writing, and in 6 months, we're going to be a published writer. Maybe you could write a cookbook, a poem book, a children's book, or whatever. But we're setting goals, and we're showing our children that they could do real things in the real world with these goals. And I think that's such an important thing. And as I tell parents all the time, in my opinion, with education, you really want to focus on 3 points, which is critical thinking and the process of learning over memorization. So you go to public school, it's all memorization. You want to focus on skill development, right? I mean, how many people did you know over the last few years who maybe they weren't comfortable with something? Maybe they didn't want to do something that their job wanted them to do, or they didn't like their job, but they felt like they couldn't leave. I can't leave because I don't have any skills. Well, we can teach our children they should have an abundance of skills. You should focus on skill development as much as you focus on subject matter. By the way, I'm very excited to let you guys know that I have been in talks with a bunch of teachers that we're bringing in, which is really exciting. So I have Woodshop Bear. I don't know if you're familiar with his work, but the guy has gotten millions of views on social media for his woodwork. He's really talented. And Woodshop Bear is going to be putting together a carpentry curriculum for the members of Homeschools Connected, something that I am really excited about. I had a talk with another teacher yesterday who's going to be putting together a course on how to extract oil out of a plant, separate the water and the oil, and then use the oil to build soaps. And then we could teach the children from there how to do entrepreneurial stuff with their soaps. And we have so much coming down the pike. We have another amazing guy who's like just this wealth of knowledge, who's putting together a body awareness course for the young kids. So we're really expanding this year, and I actually have calls with more. I actually have a call at 3 o'clock with a guy who right now is traveling the world with Ye West and filming a documentary for Ye. And I have a phone call with him at 3 o'clock, and we're going to talk about him potentially putting together a course on videography. So, these are the type of things we're doing, and it's really exciting, and this is going to be a very exciting year to come. So, home education, proper diet, life-changing aspects. Yeah, it's, health and nutrition to me, in many ways, is more important than science and math and everything else, because a good education in health has the potential to improve quality of life and length of life, right? If someone who understands healthy living versus someone who doesn't, that's a big deal. So to me, we really want to teach children healthy living from a young age. One of the things that I like to do, actually come January, so it's good you brought that up, is you get a list, a 12-point list, 12 different months, January, February, March, April, May, and once a month you pick an ingredient on the back of a food box, right, a food label, and then you research that ingredient plus side effects, you write the name of the ingredient and the side effects, and then you put that on the fridge. And then after 12 months, you'll have 12 ingredients with all the side effects, and then you can look back after that year and say to your child, look at all the side effects from this, and this, and this, and this. This is why when you eat too much processed food, it starts to be a problem, even if, okay, maybe this is okay in small doses, and that's okay in small doses. You want your children to understand these concepts, and it's such an important thing, and something you could work on with them from a young age. So excited to be a part of the group and all there is to offer. Thank you. Yeah, Virginia, we're happy to have you. And, we've done some big things already, but this year to come, we took it to another level last year, like building out the original Classical Learner curriculum. And this year we're going to take it to another stratosphere. And to me, like, the status quo is never enough. Like, to me, we should always be pushing the boundaries of what it means to give our children a great education. And like I said, I have a big meeting at 3 o'clock, and we're doing a lot of really big things, and it's going to be a fun year to come. It's going to be, I should say, with my disgusting English that I pass to my children. It's going to be. That's what I say. I catch myself saying gonna. And then I'll say in front of my kids, I said, going, because endings are important. Are you a part of Beartaria? You know it. You don't see that I'm a bear? You don't see what I got going on here? You don't see my spirit animal? I was born in Beartaria. Facts, my bro. Thank you for enlightening the people. Yeah, man, the body's so important. Healthy living's so important. My husband and I watch Big Bear all the time. Well, you're all the wiser for it, because that man is a legend. So, all right, that's really what I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to do a quick community stream and really talk about the new year and setting goals for your children, specifically for skill development and for planning to get your children entrepreneurial experience. And I think the new year is a really great time to plan for those things. So it's something I strongly recommend everyone does. And I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about that. We really want to go to one of the meetups. Yeah, you got to go to a bear meetup. I mean, it really is meeting old friends for the first time, because you go to these meetups and there's these people that you've never met, and within 5 minutes, it's like you've known them your whole life. You're best friends, because you don't have to have that wall up of, oh, can I say this, or is this politically incorrect, or, you know, am I going to trigger someone and they're going to hate me, or they don't have an open mind. It's very easy to have nice, free-flowing conversations on an intellectual level, right? Talk about the world, and people are very family-oriented. So I strongly recommend everyone checking out the Beartaria Times app. It's a great way to meet good-hearted, moral people, and that community has made a very powerful impact on my life, and I couldn't recommend it more. When and where is the next meetup? Well, there is the big Missouri meetup coming up in September. That's the Beartaria Times annual festival, and that's put together by my good friend who prefers not to be named, but the guy's an absolute legend. That's the big meetup in the Ozarks. I attended another meeting, the Northeast Regional in Pennsylvania, and they'll be having another one, I believe, July 4th weekend. But really what it's not about the big regional meetups, it's about the small meetups. Like, I have small meetups with other members of the bear community, right where I live, and I go to their house, and a bunch of bears are there, and it's a really good time. Just people, we cook hamburgers. Another thing you'll find with the bear meetups, which is so refreshing, is no one's drinking alcohol, no one's doing narcotics. Everything's very clean. It's very family friendly and safe, and it's a great culture to be a part of. Yeah, the Beartaria Times app. I strongly recommend everyone get on that. It's there's no Babylon allowed there. There's no politics. There's no anything. It's the good, the true, and the beautiful. Just people posting about their families, their homesteads, their farms, their businesses. It's very clean, and it's just a great culture to be a part of. So, all right, guys, this has been a lot of fun. I just wanted to do a quick community stream, and we have a lot of big things coming, but I got a really big day. I have back-to-back meetings at 3, 4, and 5 with potential teachers, putting together courses for the upcoming year. And then I have to do a lot of stuff on the business end later tonight. So I got a lot I got to do today. Is there a way to have a family account for Beartaria or for Homeschools? For Homeschools Connected, you only need one account for your family. It's $10 a month with the discount code FREEDOM. And it's really, it's great. And with Beartaria Times, I think it's just an app you buy on the phone, so you can get one account per phone for Beartaria Times. That's not my thing, by the way. That's I just strongly support what they do. Appreciate that. So, all right, guys, this has been a lot of fun. I just wanted to do a quick stream about setting goals for the upcoming year, right? I'm rejoining yours in 2 minutes. Oh, I love it. And you're going to love how much we've grown it since you were last there. So, I mean, we have so many resources now, and now I'm bringing in teachers. So it's like, we're going to show them how to turn it up a notch. But, all right, guys, lots of fun. I've got to run. Got a lot of stuff I have to get done. I rhyme every time. Like Dr. Seuss. All right. I'm like Dr. Seuss, but the based and red-pilled version of Dr. Seuss. I'm the based and red-pilled Dr. Seuss. All right, that's enough. I'll go. That's enough. It's enough now. You've kept the people entertained, but now we must go.